great to be with you for another daily devotion. And I hope that you've been enjoying the Songs of the Heart series. We began part 1 last week. If you haven't seen it, I hope that you'll watch that. And then part 2 this week, which is all about confession. Now, I have to say that usually going into confession, before you confess, that's never a good time. It's just not. It's just like we're going back and forth, warring within ourselves about, should I say I'm sorry? Should I not? And there's this part of us that doesn't want to say it, but yet we know we should. And I've found something that normally, I hope it's the same thing for you too, that it seems like when I confess my sins, that I always feel better afterwards. When I actually say I'm sorry, maybe to someone that I've wronged, but then also to God. And I don't regret that. I regret the times that I was slow to say I'm sorry. That I think back into my high school times, it was before I was a Christian, and I was working at a store, and I found a way that I could, you might say, take money from the store, and nobody would ever be able to know it. And I did that for a while, and then I became a Christian. The interesting thing about that was, after I became a Christian, I couldn't do it, and it was repulsive to me what I had done. I knew I needed to do something about it. So I made an appointment with the manager of the store. And I sat in his office and I said, you know what, I just need to tell you exactly what I've done in this amount of money because I want you to know. And I did that. And I expected that I would be fired. I deserved to be. But instead, he really forgave me and said, it's okay, I'm so glad that you've done this. And it doesn't always work that way, obviously, in this world. But I want you to know that when I walked into the store, I was nervous and apprehensive, but I wanted to do this. I was a Christian, and I wanted to confess what I had done wrong. But here's what I want you to get. When I walked out of the store, I felt great. It was like this weight had been lifted from me. That's what I want to talk about on Sunday with 2 characters in the Bible, David and the prodigal. Both of them wrestling with the weight of what they've done. And I want you to see that when you come back to God, when you begin to come, as it will say in the prodigal, to your senses, and begin to move back towards forgiveness and asking for forgiveness. The same thing with David in Psalm 51, which is the song we're going to talk about. When you begin to move that direction, how much better you feel afterwards. God created within us and draws us to be able to say, I'm sorry. He wants us to when we've wronged someone or we've wronged God, you see. Because he knows by doing that, we are right with him and we will feel better and have joy and peace in our life. Which is why confession is such an important part of our faith walk. And it will be for our whole faith walk. It's always going to be there. I want you to know that this Sunday, as we go into it, that I hope that you'll be either attending in person, and you can sign up for that at our website. Just go to the website, altoona-umc.org, and just click the screen. Or I hope that you will be attending or online. You'll be attending online or in person. If you're going to be in person, you just got to sign up. And we look forward to seeing you either here or online this Sunday. Let's close with a word of prayer. God, I thank you for confession, what it means to each of us. That you gave us the ability to confess. Now, it's not easy, and it's sometimes on the front side of it, it's difficult to do. But boy, it feels better on the backside when we said our sorry. We're going to look at that this week. Lord, bless the services. Thank you for each person watching this devotion. May you bless each one today. In your name, amen.